Hello my beautiful friends, it's Julia here again from Made by the Chef, the Recipe for Life. And I have got something really special for you. We're doing another dessert. And I'll tell you what, if there was ever a luxurious, decadent, totally indulgent dessert, it has to be baklava. Now, if you've ever eaten baklava in Istanbul, maybe you've had it in the Middle East, anywhere across the Eastern Mediterranean, then you will know the delights of this syrupy, sweet, soft, crunchy, everything you can imaginably think of, really anything you can think of, just adorable. I love this dessert. Not to be eaten too much, mind. But I tell you what, it's worth the effort and worth making. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually make this dessert. It's so simple. Of course, you need your main ingredients. And you've got to get some things prepared beforehand before you actually assemble the baklava. So I've got here some clarified butter. You want to melt your butter. And look, can you see I've got it on a low heat. I'm melting it right down. It's bubbling away. And the fat will separate from the milk solids. You want to get clarified butter. That's what clarified butter is. You can always melt it and just use it as it is, but I think it gives a much nicer finish when you clarify. Then you want your nuts. You want to prepare your nuts. You want to grind down the nuts. Now, so once they're processed down, you can see they've ground down really lovely. They've got a wonderful aroma from the orange blossom water and the cinnamon. You want to make your syrup. Right, so you're going to make your syrup quickly. Now, I'm using light soft brown sugar, but you know, you could use granulated, caster sugar, whatever it is you want. And in fact, if you actually don't want to use sugar, you can always do a mixture of honey and agave syrup, which also works quite well. Now, I'm mixing it together. I'm just stirring it until the sugar melts down. And then I'm going to bring it up to the boil. As soon as it comes to the boil, I'm going to put my orange blossom water in there. And I'm going to let it simmer for 15 minutes. Now, let's assemble the baklava. Of course, main ingredient, Filo pastry. Now look, you normally get Filo in packs like this, in long rolls. And there's normally anything from 12 to 15 sheets in each pack. That is plenty. Now I've got quite a small tray here. I'm not doing a whopper. So what I've done is I measured my Filo. I took my Filo out about 5-10 minutes beforehand just to let it warm up a bit. And I actually measured it. And I measured it so that I cut the Filo according to the size of the inside of my pan. What you don't want is overhang. You want it to measure inside of the pan so that it's nice and equal. Now I'm going to open it out, and what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you keep your Filo covered. Now Filo is quite a delicate pastry, and I know it puts a lot of people off. So most people don't really like the idea of having to work with Filo pastry because it does break. Look, there's a bit there. It breaks off. What are you going to do? That's okay. Great thing about Filo is you just slap it in the tin, you just keep brushing it with butter, and no one will ever know. So now I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put in my brush, and I'm going to first make sure there's lots of butter at the bottom of the tin for my first sheet. And get my towel, make sure that my Filo is covered. There we go, so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to butter that dish. And when you put the first buttering in, and you get a sheet, and you just lay it on the bottom, just like that. I'll show that to you. There you go. And now, you're just going to keep going. So what you're going to do, you're actually going to use half the pack first to start with, before you put your nuts in. So you want to have half the sheets all layered with butter. So every single sheet has got to be brushed with butter. And then you're going to lay, as you can see, then you're going to lay another sheet on top. And you keep doing that until you've used up half the sheets. Okay, so we've put the first, I've done about 7 layers, so I had about 14 sheets in this pack, so I've done 7 layers of the phyllo. There it is, look at that. Now I'm going to put my nuts in. Only put enough of what you need. I'm just going to layer the nuts all over that pastry. Make sure that you've buttered the last sheet before you put your nuts on. Now you're going to place a sheet of pastry on top of that. So once you've buttered the last layer of pastry, then you're going to cut it. And what you want to do is you want to cut the pastry in diagonal lines. You want to go into it and you want to cut it diagonally because you're looking for a lovely diamond shapes. So once you've gone one way, you've got to go the other. And the reason we cut into it is so when it's baked, you can pour your lovely syrup over, and of course when it does bake, remember the pastry is going to go quite crispy and you are not going to be able to cut. So now this gorgeousness is going to go in the oven. And there you go. Hey my lovely friends, here it is. The baklava is out of the oven and it looks spectacular already. Look at that. So it's gone nice and crispy. It's very deep golden colour. Then you're going to pour over the syrup. So you want to make sure your syrup is cool and the baklava is nice and hot straight from the oven. And that's when you pour the syrup over and you're going to get it all over. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And look, I can hear it sizzling. I can hear it bubbling away now that I'm adding that syrup. You want to make sure that it's all coated. Beautiful. Look at that. Every last drop of that syrup has gone on that baklava. Oh my goodness me. That is just beautiful. Look at that. That is fantastic. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that back in the oven just for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's so good. So amazing. I'm going to be tucking into this later. With a nice cup of Turkish tea. Have a wicked day. Stay at home with me. And I'll see you again soon.